And we are live. Roll up, everybody gather, come and join. One man went to mow. The session has started and your company is required. Come, let's do that dance once again. One man went to mow. That 10 o'clock session that you know is as regular as clockwork. So, as regular as clockwork, I am here. Your company is required for the session to commence. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Water, only water, water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Latif kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Petrosonana ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ lẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Chief Latif kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ lẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Petrosonana ẹ̀yẹ ó dìlé o. Petro Sódùkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku Koniriwa Agbeshe Igbala Tiele. Hey, hey, hey. So the session commences. One man went to mow. A bit of housekeeping before we get into the throes of it. It's an open microphone session, as I often say, and the open microphone is the hyperlink that says StreamYard on your screen. So if you click on that hyperlink, then you would come on the screen to interact with the talking points just as soon as I've read them out. So that is how it works. It's an open microphone session, and you stepping up to the microphone to deliver your own point of view is essentially clicking on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So that is how it works, an open microphone session. The talking points, Nigerian army quiet as forensic report confirms bullets that killed #EndSARS protesters came from soldiers. So the evidence gathering now, and nothing will happen, of course, within the Nigerian space, but we're really looking to have an international dimension to this, i.e., the ICP, the international, the ICC, rather, the International Criminal Court. So the evidence gathers and it points in the direction of the Nigerian army. Malam Buhari's boys, Nigerian army quiet as forensic report confirms bullets that killed #EndSARS protesters came from soldiers. So we have that now as categorical. A forensic test has been done and the evidence is now here. I am richer than all of you. This is what he's saying. Though they call us mad people, we are making it. But Bishop Oyedepo reacts to critics. So ever boastful, we heard from Suleiman telling us that he's now just bought his 6th or 7th jet, and the boasting unabated within the church of the Lord. They call us, though they call us mad people, we are making it. Bishop Oyedepo reacts to critics. So let's now soon hear from Bishop Oyedepo just what criticism he feels is reacting to. Senate President Lawan bags chieftaincy title in Ekiti despite $2 million bribe. So there you are. This is one of the things that that 2 million naira, $2 million rather, bought him a chieftaincy title in no less a kingdom than the Ekiti kingdom. So there you are, Yoruba land again, noted for their treachery. So a story not in the notice put up, but nevertheless, we will get there at some point. Our court fixes date for trial of bureau de change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. So this is a place. This is a place that Femi Falana particularly has been pushing at for quite a few weeks now, asking when Abubakar Malami is going to present these people that he says that he has gathered their names, the Bureau de Change operators financing Boko Haram. So that story broke that they have these Bureau de Change operators, and that story broke via arrest made in Dubai. Malami came out as far back as February to tell us that they had collated names of Bureau de Change that were financing Boko Haram, but we've heard nothing since. Femi Falana has been Femi Falana has been pushing at that space, and it looks as though that push is now getting some give. Court fixes date for trial of Bureau de Change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. So we'll find out what that is all about too. So now we were all alarmed when we heard the story that the Nigerian Defense Academy had been breached by bandits who killed our military officers and abducted some. The embarrassment, and this is how they are handling it. Military colleagues raise ransom secretly for Nigerian Army major abducted by bandits for 17 days. So this is what it has come to now. So they are asking the everyday man not to pay ransom. I will see the little man in Kaduna boasting and jumping up and down in front of cameras that he would not pay ransom. But what he is looking to use to fight this insurgency to enable him not to pay ransom, they themselves pay ransom. Military colleagues raise ransom secretly for Nigerian Army major abducted by bandits for 17 days. So we catch up with the goings on in that space too. This we may or may not catch up with. Obey IPOB sit at home and face government's wrath. Anambra governor wants residents and banks, so they are now talking tough to that space after the visit of their daddy and the assurances that he has given them in the East. Obey IPOB sit at home and face government's wrath. Anambra governor wants residents and banks. So we go there too. So plenty to go through. So just kick back, lean back, and just wait for the rendition. But first, a little bit of Python dancing. So to the Python dance.
IPOB, Omeri Wonizu, Oniroya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nandi. Nnamdi bụ onye du IPOB, o meriwo n'izu mbiro ya. Abakari Mamanda ụra, unu abụghị meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Unu abụghị meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Unu abụghị meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Unu abụghị meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Unu abụghị meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3.
And there we are. Python dance once, Python dance twice, Nnamdi wins the war. Nigerian army quiet as forensic report confirms bullets that killed #EndSARS protesters came from soldiers. 5 ammunitions fired at #EndSARS protesters in Lekki Tollgate, Lagos, were registered to the Nigerian army. Findings by a forensic company, Sentinel Forensics Limited, has shown in its testimony before the Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution set up for SARS-related killings and tollgate incident. The company's representative, Joseph Funshaw, said their findings confirmed claims that the army personnel killed several protesters. While the army had claimed that only blank bullets containing gunpowder were fired at the protest ground, the company told the panel that its findings also indicated that the blanks didn't match records from the army correspondence report. The panel adjourned the hearing till Saturday, September the 11th. Spokesman of the Nigerian Army, Onyema Nwachukwu, however, did not respond to correspondence request seeking comments on the company's findings. Since the incident occurred on October the 20th, 2020, there have been controversies surrounding the fatality figure and the presence of the soldiers. Many sources, including those from security sources, confirmed to correspondents that several lives were lost, but the army initially denied its presence at the protest ground, claiming that photos and videos were doctored. This was after a Nigerian celebrity, DJ Switch, recorded a live session of the incident. The army later admitted the presence of its personnel, but claimed that shots were fired only into the air to enforce curfew in the state. In June, Chief Pathologist John Obafunwa, who carried out an autopsy on 99 bodies said to have been slain at protest in Lagos, explained that 3 were confirmed to be from the toll gate. Photos presented to the audience via a unit and cited by correspondents indicated that some of the bodies had bruises, whilst others had deep cuts resulting from machete attacks and high-caliber gunshot wounds. Meanwhile, the counsel to #EndSARS protesters, Yinka Olumide Fusika SAN, during the cross-examination, exposed the claims that only 3 bodies were from the Lekki toll gate. I want to prove to this panel that the claim that only 3 bodies were brought in from Lekki toll gate is not true. Mr. Olumide Fusika was quoted as saying. So forensic proof now that well in excess of 100 people slaughtered at that Lekki toll gate, and the bullets are the match with the ones used by the Nigerian army. So quite how they are going to extricate themselves from that, quite what Lai Mohammed would have to say, we'll wait and see. Though they call us mad people, we are making it. Boastful Bishop Oyedepo reacts to his critic. The president and founder of Living Faith Church Worldwide, Bishop David Oyedepo, has revealed why he does not mind his critics, including some media houses which he alleged misquoted him. Oyedepo stated that though he and his church had been insulted as mad people, they keep making impact. The cleric stated this during a sermon in the church on Sunday. According to him, fighting some media houses may metamorphose into having jobless people who may demand prayers from him for a new job. Oyedepo had been criticized in recent past over his sacking of some pastors of the church who were deemed to be failures after their inability to grow new churches established. Some of the sacked pastors have stated that Oyedepo's ministers did not tell him the truth and engaged in devious means to shortchange them of their allowances as well as other anomalies. Oyedepo had also come under fire for his comment on feminist movements in the country, saying feminists should rather not get married than their desire to be equal to men. The cleric's stance on feminists had drawn knocks from feminist groups in the country, which stated that the minister was misled and should not express his frustration with his pastors on the rights group. But in a new sermon during the week, Oyedepo said, "When I am doing the things of God, how they feel is irrelevant. I am privileged to be one of those who sustain the media houses in Nigeria because when they publish what I say, people buy it. I can't fight them because if I fight them and they close down those houses, then I will be praying for them to get a job again. I am having a good time having them market my sayings rightly or wrongly. It keeps a number of media houses in place and it keeps them going. Hearing, I rejoice. Saying it is stupid. Yeah, hearing, I rejoice. Saying it is stupid, yet we are rising, disgracing. Impact is growing, they say. We are all mad people. Thank you. We are making it. And only fools doubt fools. So there you are, incoherent gibberish, but that is Oyedepo for you. Senate President Lawan bags chieftaincy title in Ekiti despite $2 million bribe. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan has bagged a chieftaincy title in Ekiti State, notwithstanding his scandalous involvement in a $2 million bribe to pass the disputed petroleum industry bill. Lawan and 6 other Nigerians are to be conferred with chieftaincy titles of Inyi Ekiti in the Irapodun slash Ifelodun local government area. According to News Agency of Nigeria, the Oloyin of Inyi Ekiti, Oba Adeola Ajakaye, made the disclosure at a news conference in Enyi Ekiti on Friday, adding that the conferment of the titles on the Senate President and others was in recognition of their contribution to community and the country at large. Lawan has endured abrupt allegations. Lawan had endured abrupt allegations since he was exposed Lawan had endured abrupt allegations since he was exposed to his role in denying oil-rich host communities in the south a fairer share of equity for the extraction of crude oil in their domain, with attendant degradation of their environment. Nevertheless, the Inye Traditional Council has found him worthy of honor. The honor will also commemorate his 1 year anniversary of ascending the throne, for which a week-long activity has been scheduled. So there you are. Lawan buys himself a title in Ekiti land. So nothing changes within the Nigerian space. Nothing changes within the Nigerian space. Our court fixes date for trial of Bureau de Change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. The court sitting for the trial of some bureau de change operators arrested in March 2021 for allegedly sponsoring the Boko Haram terrorism in the country has been scheduled for Friday, September the 17th, 2021. Correspondents learned from competent court sources that the hearing will hold in Court 4, Federal High Court Abuja at the Federal Capital Territory. A source said, "I just confirmed their next sitting. It will be on 17 September, Court Room 4, Federal High Court, Abuja, behind the Federal Ministry of Justice. Time, 10 a.m. The court hearing comes 6 months after a letter was written by the Association of Bureau de Change Operators requested that those who were being detained by the Department of State Services be admitted on bail pending the conclusion of the investigation. The source who spoke with correspondents said the court first sat on 18th of August, but the DSS refused to come to court with the defendants. He said the lawyers of the operators requested that his clients appear in court during the next sitting, which was on September the 2nd. However, the hearing could not hold due to the ailing health of the presiding judge. The defendants, it was gathered, were not brought to court, he noted. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators hired a barrister for their members. They wait for a court sitting, and the barrister wanted the DSS to bring his clients for the next sitting. The judge asked the DSS to bring the clients, but even during the second court sitting, the operators were absent. The DSS asked the court to give them extra days, but he said no, that they already had enough time to carry out an investigation. The hearing was scheduled for September the 2nd again, but the DSS did not come to the court with the operators, and the judge was not feeling well, so it was rescheduled again. In March, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity Garba Shehu said the Nigerian government arrested the Bureau de Change operators who were facilitating the transfer of money to Boko Haram terrorists. He said some Nigerians transferring money to the sect from the United Arab Emirates were working with the BDC operators. Bureau de Change are facilitating money to the terrorists. We have already worked with the UAE convictions. We have already worked with the UAE. Convictions have been achieved of Nigerians who were transferring money to Boko Haram terrorists, and this also happens domestically. And I tell you that by the time we finish this investigation, the shocking details will surprise many Nigerians, Shehu said. Dozens of persons have been arrested by security agents in an ongoing nationwide crackdown on suspected financiers and collaborators of Boko Haram. Those arrested are being kept in military and DSS facilities in Abuja and other places. Many sources said the closely guarded operation is being coordinated by Defense Intelligence Agency in collaboration with the Department of State Services, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, and the Central Bank of Nigeria. So they've arrested them in March, but then, of course, investigations take an eternity within the Nigerian space. Exclusive. Military colleague raised ransom secretly for Nigerian Army Major abducted by bandits for 17 days. Some friends and colleagues of Major Christopher Datong, who has spent 17 days in the captivity of bandits who attacked the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna State, are making frantic efforts to rescue him, including raising a ransom, correspondents gathered. Correspondents learned that Tong's military friends are keeping their ransom efforts as anonymous as possible in order not to incur punishment from the military authorities, which are still bent on an obviously failed option of search and rescue. A top military source, however, confided in correspondence that a ransom was being prepared amongst his friends in the Nigerian army to be paid to the bandit through some religious negotiators. So that is Sheikh Gumi, I'm assuming. Correspondents had on August the 25th reported that bandits, after abducting Datong, got across to the military authorities to demand a ransom of 200 million naira to free him. Correspondents had also reported that troops of the Nigerian Army and military aircraft searching for Major Datong were having a tough time. The plan is to get Datong out first by all means. I mean all means. Chris's friends are not quiet. A lot is going on underground, but you know the nature of the abduction is embarrassing. It involves a military officer. It involves a military establishment. Some of his friends want to pay money to get him out. The names and details with the money are secret. The family members are not involved so as not to implicate any officer. But efforts are on, the source said. The Defense Headquarters Abuja, in an initial release by Major General Benjamin Sawyer, the Director Defense Information, had stated that a board of inquiry was looking at the breach of security at the NDA. Please let me use this opportunity to reiterate that the NDA authorities, acting on the directive of the Chief of Defense Staff, has constituted a board of inquiry to ascertain the remote and immediate causes of the breach of security with a view to sanction any personnel found culpable and also prevent future occurrence. Let me also assure that we shall continue to update the general public as events unfold, as we are all aware the search and rescue of the abducted officer is still on. Troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria will continue with its operation to ensure all those involved in the dastardly act are brought to book, he had said. Correspondents had earlier reported that Datong is still alive, according to a family source. A family member of the officer had told correspondents on Wednesday that, contrary to reports, he had not been killed and he was still alive. On September the 2nd, the military high command had, during a briefing, refused to give details of the condition of the major. When asked on the whereabouts of the kidnapped major at a press briefing at the Defense Headquarters Abuja on Thursday, Brigadier General Bernard Oyedepo, acting Director of Defense Media Operations, said the military would keep Nigerians posted. That has been overflogged. We all know the actions taken so far. We will wait for the outcome of the panel set up and the board of inquiry. We will keep you posted on that, he said. So they've set up a panel and a board of inquiry as the poor chap continues to languish in the hands of, I say the poor chap, a military officer, continues to languish in the hands of bandits. But they're setting up a board of inquiry and a panel. This is the thing. Obey IPOB's sit at home and face government's wrath. Anambra governor talking tough to the residents. The Anambra State Governor, Willie Obiano, has warned the residents of the state to shun the sit-at-home directive declared by the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, for every Monday, or face the wrath of his government. The governor also ordered banks, traders, and transporters to commence complete and uninterrupted economic and business activities from Monday. The governor on Saturday maintained that his verdict came following discussions he had with security agents and relevant stakeholders in the state. His directive was contained in a statement by the state Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Don Edinuba. The statement reads partly: all markets as well as motor parks and commercial vehicles are henceforth to operate fully every Monday and every other weekday except any day declared work-free by the appropriate authorities. Before Governor Willie Obioma led a meeting before Governor Willie Obioma led a meeting yesterday between heads of security agencies and bank executives in the state, including those from Aqua branch of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He had personally held frank and rewarding discussions with the large spectrum of leaders of the transport union and market associations in Anambra State on why they had for the past 5 weeks been shutting down their businesses every Monday. It is axiomatic that the good people of Anambra State and indeed the Southeast have for the past 5 weeks been grappling with a vicious cycle on a grand scale. Some pupils have missed terminal examinations with all the grave implications for the competitiveness of the youngsters and for the future of our state. Since no responsible government can stand akimbo whilst the future of his people is destroyed gratuitously, Governor Obiano held useful discussions in the last couple of days with relevant groups with a view to freeing members to pursue their legitimate businesses. After all, the leadership of the organization on whose instructions some persons claim to enforce the sit-at-home order has rescinded the order. The Anambra State government directive to banks, traders, transporters, or other groups and individuals to the Anambra State government directive to banks, traders, transporters, other groups and individuals to resume full economic activity throughout the week with effect from Monday, September the 13th, 2021, was informed by the yearnings of these stakeholders. The governor assured people of the state of adequate security across the state on Monday. So there you are. Enough is enough. We did say that that thing would not have lasted for any length of time. Baba Akure, good to see you. How are you settling into the new job, Baba Akure? Baba Akure, do we have you, Baba Akure, or we don't? All right, we don't appear to have Baba Akure. So since Baba Akure is the only one that has deemed to come on, and we don't seem to have him, then we just end the session set there. So I think we may have Baba Akure. Baba Akure, do we have you?
Yes, you have me. Sorry.
Why are you in the dark? You are eating, Abi?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think so.
What are you eating? Midi?
I was eating the fried chicken.
Look at that. Okay. So good to see you. I was just asking how you are settling into your new position. The last time you came on, you said you're taking on a new position at work.
Yeah, it has been one training to another training, from another training to another training.
I hope that training comes with a bigger check. I hope your bank manager is happy with your new status.
This is not Nigeria. Nobody is going to rob you. They have to pay you what is due to you. So
there you are.
You drive your vehicle, they will pay you for that. You buy your gas, they pay you for that. You will stay in hotel, they pay you for that. So
yes, that is the thing. It's just a different system, isn't it? This is why we are saying that if they just had proper structures, this is the only thing that will work for Nigeria. But we are going back to 2020 and October, so we've not really left that space because we've not really found out what happened there. And Nigerian army quiet as forensic report confirms bullet that killed #EndSARS protesters came from soldiers. So you recall that they first told us that there were no soldiers there, and then they told us that there were blank bullets, and nobody died. And Lai Mohammed was telling us, show us the body. But now, drip by drip, the evidence is coming out. What are you making? Forensic evidence, also irrefutable.
Well, that is Nigeria when the country is built on lie. So that is what you will be getting, everything over and over and over and over again. So until when we go back to the drawing board, which everybody has been agitating for, even at least to some extent, let's get ourselves together. Even if we are not departing, let's sit down and talk. Okay, well, this is what we want in our region. This is what we want in our constitution. We sit down and we can talk about, okay, oh, this is how we can move forward. So if we continue in this way, we are going to get the same result over and over and over again. The first time when the incident happened, they claimed to us that nothing, the police, military were not there. That it was one group of thugs where wore military uniform that were there.
Yes, you remember well. That was what they started with. Yes.
Yeah. It was Sanwo-Olu that called them to when the picture of one of their generals started featuring on Facebook. Oh yeah, it was Sanwo-Olu that give them order. Sanwo-Olu denied that. Oh, I never knew anything about that. It's a military under my control. It is from Abuja. All kind of story. Then we got to a stage whereby they said, oh, it was well, we realized that, yeah, we found out that military were there, but they used blank bullet. Then the blank bullet to issue of okay, like they use one or two live bullets, they shoot it in the ear. So, well, okay, some people died. Well, we don't believe that some people died. Oh, it is just two. Then 3 days after they came out, oh, it was just 2 persons died. Meanwhile, a lot of information came out. Some people said they saw them dumping body in the river. Then they say, oh, nothing like that. But eventually, there was in Lagos. There was a doctor that came out that about 90 people died of gunshot wound on that very day. So if nothing happened, let's just take it this way. Even if nothing happened, why do they have to pay millions upon millions upon millions upon millions for people? Because that is my question now. Why do they have to pay million upon million upon million for people if nothing happened? Right? Now the evidence came out now that okay, forensic evidence, and which can never lie, right? Because in forensic evidence they will go to the point that where this bullet were made, when it was bought, and who owned it. So well, that is what we got.
What I'm saying is all this evidence that we're gathering is of no use within the Nigerian space because nobody will ever get a conviction within the Nigerian space. So we have to gather this evidence and take it to the international space. Yes. And then we're looking at our crimes against humanity that level, because 100 people is crimes against kneeling down and you just shoot them. That is open and short case of crime against humanity.
You are very right. You are very right. But who are those foreign countries that want to take it over? Because in as much that every evidence came out, and Joe Biden administration said by themselves that there was no enough evidence to substantiate. So who are those foreign countries that they are going to run to?
No, we take it to the international court. I'm sure we have experienced international lawyers that can lead it. And then if we take it with the evidence and we make enough noise about it, then we will be heard.
Well, hopefully,
the crime against humanity has taken place. It cannot just go like that now. I mean,
well, you are right, but I'm so disappointed with the statement that US made at that time.
Yes,
because they're supposed to do a lot of things. Even if they doctor the video that was circulating over internet, they're supposed to at least take time to verify it, not just a few weeks. It just came out on here and you say, oh, there's no enough evidence. So people are lying. People who be killed are lying.
Yes.
That they were
that America, the president, the dementia, there's somebody that falls asleep all the time.
So like you said, we have a very competent people that can take up the matter to
the international space,
international court, And as a matter of fact, I think it was one Igbo lady, the prosecutor for that place right now. I don't know. Maybe they changed her already. I don't know. But she was she doesn't take nonsense. So if people take action about it, I think at least it will go somewhere. So that is my take for that.
All right, thank you for that. So now, I'm not sure if you are from Ekiti State or not, but certainly in Ekiti State, they are gifting out chieftaincy title, and it looks as though the price is dollars. Ekiti, Ovie is even speaking to this. This is what Ovie is saying via Super Chat. It says, kudos to Omo Odua for doing the right thing by recognizing the Senate president for keeping Nigeria strong. Up Nigeria are on politics. So that is Ovie mocking the people of Ekiti. Defend yourself, Baba Akure. That's part of your region.
Actually, I'm not from Ekiti State, but we were being brother and sister before. It is Ola that we have to answer that.
Yes. I mean, but you know, this is just the disgraceful thing now.
Ola run away today. But how? But like Ovie said, all na politics. So it is these people don't really care, as we have been saying. They don't really care. Even there are some king that they don't even care. Even if their subordinates are dying every single day, even in front of them, they don't really care. Once the money is flowing, that is all what they care about. They don't care. So but we also see these people don't really want Nigeria to break up, because they are trying every means, because this is their business. They are trying every means to patch it together. And as you can see, Iberiberism was also giving chieftaincy in the northern part.
They withdrew that one, didn't they? I was trying to remember. They withdrew his chieftaincy title, did they not?
Well, I don't think so. Because I don't think so, because he did the chieftaincy chieftaincy coronation now. So if he has already done that, I don't see why they are going to remove it. Taking it away from him. However, as you can see, remember a few months back, he said he want to build University of Islamic
in Daura.
In Daura. So these people are trying to make sure that they keep their business together, they keep the business empire running, so that we poor masses will not be able to take it away from them. That is what I see to that of chieftaincy in Ekiti State. And I'm not going to be surprised. Maybe who's there? Maybe Omagege, the deputy Senate president, will come to Ondo State and take his own chieftaincy.
There you go.
Or maybe go to your state.
Yes. Nobody don't like, even they are laughing. He likes $1 too. You know he likes women. His young wife just ran away, so he's looking for another wife.
So that is it. So it is something that they usually do. And the same thing it is just like opposite side to the issue of wedding. As I said on this platform, you see every single time when they are on political space, that is when they are taking chieftaincy. That is when they give them a chieftaincy in the church or in the community, or they make them chairman harvesting committee, or they make them one kind of nonsense.
This just then tells you that all this Yoruba nation something is not really, not everybody is on board, and it's not really going to work. Because you remember what Sunday Igboho used to say, that all these obas, they go behind the scene to collect dollars, and they always betray their people. So this one now, he's not going behind the scenes to collect dollars when we are fighting so fervently against the people that this man represents, to rescue ourselves from him. You, a senior oba of a top state, you are giving him chieftaincy title. So that's just it now.
And remember, I don't know, and you said the man got chieftaincy title from Ado Ekiti, right? So it's most likely maybe a way of Adro.
Yes.
I don't know. I never come across that news. Maybe it was a way of Ado Ekiti give chieftaincy title to Senate president. I don't know. But if that is the case, this is the king that Igboho went to his palace and never came out. He is one of
It's
those.
the Olunyi of Inyi Ekiti. The
Ekiti, okay.
Olunyi of Inyi
Okay,
Ekiti.
that is not a
Yeah.
we. That is not a we. So, and that is a local area, in that state.
You mean some Bale sort of person?
It could be a king, but that is just maybe like a second class king or something like that. When you're talking about first class king, you are talking of Weado Ekiti, you are talking of Ogoga of Ikere, you are talking of what's the name of this king in Ikole Ekiti, Olukole of Ikole. So those are the big kings in the Ekiti state. So the one you are talking about now is it could be maybe second class king. Where he's going to build his empire, because maybe like $200,000 under the carpet. That's a lot of money for him.
This is it.
So that is it. He will build at least a solid empire with that $200,000. So that is how it goes. Let me just bring one thing here. Like your agitation that you're talking about. I was trying to comment yesterday, but the house was very full. I couldn't comment.
Yeah, it was, yes.
I was hearing from Rational Mind and some other people and Nigeria and stuff like that, when you are asking them about the issue of percentage and stuff like that.
Yes, you answered that question.
Yeah. So actually, I would say, to me, it is, right from day one, I said, most people that are fighting for this agitation, they are all mostly based in abroad. Those who know they are left to the right, those who plan to return back home and see at least a country where they can be proud of, where they can have rest of mind. It might not be 100% as where they are coming for, but at least 50 or to 60 in that category. That is why these people abroad are agitated that, okay, they want to go back home one day and they want to start building a country where they can be proud of, where they can retire to, where they can lay their head in their room without any insecurity, where you can have electricity, where you can have good road, at least basic amenities. So, talking about the issue of people in Nigeria, most of them don't even understand the importance of what people are doing. Most of them don't even know the importance of what Igboho are doing. Most of them don't even understand the importance of what Professor Akintoye is doing. So, if I want to put it in percentage, I would say when you're talking about people in abroad, I will give Yoruba Nation 80%. But when you're talking about Nigeria,
are you saying that are aware of it or that want it?
Those who really want it. Those who really want it. And remember, Nigeria people they are immune to the system that they are. That is what we call Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, so suffering and smiling.
Exactly, like Fela Anikulapo, they're used to that system. So they don't really know the difference between, okay, where we live in good life or we have something that is important. So here you can see 18 years old boy or girl riding 2021 vehicle, right? But in Nigeria, it is our politicians. Not even all politicians can ride 2021 vehicle. Those who are on top of the ladder, those are the people who can ride 2021 vehicle. So, but that is where you know the difference. But in Nigeria, where you see people can't even the lecturer cannot even afford to buy 2006 vehicle model. So you see the imbalance between what is going on here and what is going on in Nigeria. So that is why people don't really know the difference between what is going on and what they should demand for. For people who are here that see the difference between what is going on here and what is in Nigeria, that is why most people here are agitating that, okay, we need a better country. So giving people back home in percentage now, I will give them 40%. That is my own take.
You don't think that's too high? That 40%?
I will give them 40% because when the agitation,
how much of that 40% are you attributing to Igboho's work?
In fact, I will give 30% or 30 to 35%. Because when he started doing the rally and sensitize people, that is when you start seeing people talking about it. Even when this agitation first started, some people are even crucifying him. But those who are crucifying him, you can see them change their words on the internet. So they start realizing what is going on, what the message they are passing across. But before it come to frame, it was just 5%. That is my take on that one.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yes, yours seems more reasonable than the rest of them who were just saying 90%. All this, they were more from wishful thinking than anything else. But this is something that Femi Falana had been pursuing, and it looks as though just his noise making is now yielding results. Our court fixes date for trial of Bureau de Change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. So this news broke as far back as March, when off the back of operations in Dubai, the Nigerian authorities were forced to claim that they've made some arrests and they have some people now. Even Garba Shehu went on telly boasting that we'll be shocked when the revelations start coming out. So from March, we are in September now, and we've not heard a pin from that space. Femi Adesina has been knocking on that door, but they are now saying they are arraigning them in court this month. What are you making? The Bureau de Change financiers
Well, you know, one man, I always refer to this issue of terrorism financier in Nigeria over and over on this platform. So now since March, and nothing would have happened if not because of Dubai that arrested some of them.
And by the way, they've still not published their names.
Exactly. Prosecuted them in Dubai and have them in jail over there. That is why Nigeria now get up from their own
ass. Yes.
Exactly. I don't want to use that anyway. that was when they get up from their own bubble and say, okay, well, we have to do something to show that maybe we also doing something, so that we can show the world that we are doing something, that we are not supporting terrorism. But it is clearly shown, even in terrorism index rank, Nigeria is number 3. It is not me say that is what the organization say. And we can even see that clearly, because every single day we can see how people be killed, kidnapped. You see a graphic image where you see people being cut off, where you see head of children being cut off, where people will say, oh, it's Photoshop. It's Photoshop. So now, coming to that issue of these people that they are arrested, I said the other day, nothing is going to come out of it. Absolutely nothing. You know, let me tell you something, right? When that day come, because that has been the system of Nigeria. When that day come, they will say, oh, the file is missing, or something, or the file we have not completed the investigation, or we have not done this, we have not done that. Something came up on news yesterday.
There was one case, as you are saying, the file is missing. There was one prominent case that they were telling us that the files were stolen.
That is what I want to tell you. Tell you, one man.
Go on.
They said the file was stolen. The important document. You are talking of important document. You have your official in either Uber or taxi or whatever. If you have a sensitive case and you have an officer, you're supposed to have a private vehicle for that person, the person that is handling file. Then you allow the person to go and cash Marua, or to go and cash Uber, or to go and cash Okada, where they snatch the file away from him. which is lie anyway, because to me, I don't believe that. Whoever want to believe that can believe that.
Do you think they may well have let these people go since, or maybe they didn't even arrest anybody, or they would have let them go because their association had been pushing hard for bail, and the court is asking them to present these people, and they are making excuses.
You mean the one that the file was stolen?
No. This bureau de change people, they've been several times in court that the judge has said present these people, and DSS will come up with one excuse or the other. So I'm wondering if those people are still in their custody, and how do you even hold somebody in custody?
One man, don't let us deceive ourselves. I am telling you, I'm not a prophet, but with what we see in Nigerian landscape, I don't see them in any custody. Because all these people, if you read their name, they publish their name. One man, they publish their name.
Oh, did they? All right.
They did. Okay. We should not lie about that. They publish their name.
Mukhtar and
that is just the point. You see Muhammad Ali, you see Ali Yusuf. All of them. You cannot see anybody from southern part of Nigeria out of it. So tell me now, how do you think they are going to have them in the custody when they are not Nnamdi Kanu, when they are not Igboho, when they are not BRIBE? So tell me now, how when 5,000 Boko Haram claiming to be surrendering their weapon, and they embrace them, the same people that they have financial backing, claim to be surrendering their weapon, and they embrace them, give them noodles, give them everything they want, sending them abroad and enjoy life. Why those people, even the soldier that were fighting them, died on the war front, and their family, their children roaming about, that they cannot even afford a day square meal. They cannot even afford to go to school. Tell me, you think that we have those people in the custody? I know if we think about that, we should go back to our sleep and dream very well and come back and rethink that they will not. So that nothing is going to happen, because in as much we see all this issue of Boko Haram coming out every single day, they're trooping out every day, and they declare themselves, oh, we are now sent, we're free now. Then you want to have their financial to be locked up somewhere, or to be brought to book.
We'll find out soon enough. I think it's actually sometime in the next 10 days is when they are bringing these people. So if they bring them, then we will see. Because we need to see them.
Don't be surprised. Even they want to produce people. Don't be surprised that they will just rake some people.
Yeah, go to the streets and round up
some people, and they say these are these people. So don't be surprised when you see that also. Or even when that time comes, they will tell you, oh, we are sorry, or no, the file is missing, or we are still conducting our investigation. The investigation is still ongoing, and we are sorry that the vehicle doesn't have fuel, or our tire burst on all kind of story.
You know what you just said about Korea, that on the day they'll just go to the streets and round up people. Do you know that is what I was thinking? I just didn't say it, but almost because they don't have anybody in custody. These people, they were just embarrassed by Dubai, and they came onto the telly to make empty-headed noise. We don't have anybody.
We will be talking about this, and we'll be talking over and over and over. Anybody can be hearing us, because we are the patriotic Nigerians. Those who claim to be that they want Nigeria, they don't even love Nigeria. Because if they love Nigeria to be one, they will be doing the right thing. Even we argue every single day. We are the people that are very concerned about Nigeria, because it is paining us that our country can be so bad to this stage. The country that was recognized all over the world before, then become laughingstock. So one guy sent a stamp yesterday, posted it on WhatsApp. If I have it, I may post it to you. At that time, as back as 1980, 1982. I saw it on the passport page of this person. 1,000 US dollar was 580 naira. As back as 1980, 1982. But today, what do we have? 500 plus. Even Canadian dollar self is
I'm expecting. I was saying to my wife, because I do a bit of currency trading, that I'm expecting the pound to hit 1,000. You know, to hit 1,000 naira, maybe by
right
the end
now.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
every day when I check the exchange, I go you know. So I've stopped going now because I'm now betting that if it doesn't hit 900 by, so I'm thinking, should I buy money and shore it up in Nigeria? Should I not? Is it going to fall? So I'm trying to speculate that space to see it's not free fall.
Let me tell you one man. In as much that these people are still under the realm of Nigeria, with this debt that Nigeria has, I am very sorry. There's no time soon that Nigeria currency is going to go down. I could remember.
I will buy if it gets to 1,000. That is what I've made the decision to do. Yeah.
I could remember 7 years ago. I was talking to my cousin today. 7 years ago, when I first came to Canada, how much was Canadian dollar at that time? 60 naira. 60 naira 7 years ago. But today, what do we have? You change one Canadian dollar for 420 naira. So then they want us to just fold our arms and just keep quiet.
You know, Baba Akure, we come here all the time and we joke that very soon it will turn to Zimbabwe when they use wheelbarrow to carry. It's not a joke anymore, because at this rate, fairly soon it will get to Zimbabwe, where you use wheelbarrow to go and buy bread, you know, to carry money. Is the most ridiculous of things. But let me take you to something even more ridiculous. Military colleagues raise ransoms secretly for Nigerian officer abducted at the Nigerian Defense Academy. So you follow that story, of course, how security was breached at the NDA. 2 officers killed, 1 abducted. The first thing we heard that it was killed, but then subsequently we found out that he's still alive. The officers, his colleagues, his friends in the army, they have no faith in the system, and they are privately raising money as they are saying they are doing search and rescue, and they are doing panel and board for somebody that has been abducted. So his palace are just trying to raise that 200 million to rescue the poor boy.
I read about it today, and I shake my head. That is Nigeria. That is the level we find ourselves. Nigeria that went to believed to be giant of Africa, and go and settle scores in Liberia, even tar the road for what's the name of this country? That was a small country that was formed in early 2000. That we go there and tar the road of that country, small country in Africa. Now it is Chinese now. We have to call to come and to come and give us money, to come and tar our road. That is the level we find ourselves. Even the security we don't even have. Well, somebody posted something on Facebook today. He said the only time you save in Nigeria is when you go 6 feet under. That is when you go to your grave. That is when you have
that is even if you go complete, because they are now chopping people off for money sacrifice. So even if you die, they will still rob you. Even
exactly,
they will still rob you. They will take your eyes, take your private.
Even if that person died, just build a Paco. Just put 2 Paco together. Don't let the casket to be flashy. Because if it is flashy, they may even come there in the midnight and uproot and exhume the car.
This is it.
So let's go back to the issue of people who raised 200 million.
Yeah.
I read about it, and I said, seriously? Then even they were even doing it undergroundly, because they don't want them to be prosecuted,
because they'll be punished. Yes,
exactly. So this is the level that we find ourselves. And it is very sad that somebody has been kidnapped for almost 3 weeks now, and still in the custody of kidnapper from NDA. When it is just like terrorists. Kidnapper went to military base in St. Andrew military base in US and kidnap a military officer and take them to the bush. Then government cannot do anything. It is shameful.
Baba Kure is wrong on so many levels. It is unacceptable. One, the thing that even happened. That's one. It is unacceptable too that this guy has not already been rescued. That's two. It is unacceptable, that ransom have been demanded. That's three. It is unacceptable that it is his friends that are raising the money for the ransom. There's nothing that is just not. It's just a travesty all the way through.
One man, let me tell you something. Do you think if it is Buhari, if it is Buhari's son, even if they requested for 1 million naira, don't you, 1 billion naira, don't you think they would already pay it? Or if it is son of this short man in Kaduna, let's just forget about them. Any of these politicians, if it is if there is one of their child, don't you think they would already pay the money long time and rescue the guy? This is the reason why nobody wants to join military. This is why we don't have any. When you post this is the military. That even that I'm sitting here, that I was even agitated to join in Nigeria, but I thank God that I didn't even join it. I can say loud and clear. Maybe I would have been one of those that would send to Boko Haram. This is the reason why nobody wants to join military in Nigeria. This is the reason why a lot of them are resigning, but they cannot tell us. They cannot tell us because a lot of them is even escaping every single day. Even the same thing applicable to police. I was talking to one police the other day. The police was here. I was talking to that guy the other day, and the lady was telling me that, sir, when you're talking about police, it is just because we don't have any job. That is why we have to do it. I'm telling you, sir, it is because we don't have any job. Police is nothing to write home, and this person is high ranking officer in police force in Nigeria. High ranking police officer. When you're talking about assistant commissioner of police, so you can imagine that it's not small police officer. Assistant commissioner of police saying that is because we don't have anything. That is why we have to do that. So all our forces, you're talking of military, you're talking of custom, you're talking. A lot of them are leaving the place undergroundly, but they will not tell us. Why do you think they will stay back when even the salary is not even enough? Everything is skyrocketing. You didn't even give them a proper training. No, they have to pay for their own uniform. They have to pay for their own boots. Which country do they do that? So it is very sad.
It is unbelievable. The annual salary of a police constable 43,000. So that's
okay.
There's a time that I went through this list. Just what they are paying them is a total. You can see why they are corrupt if you look at the pay scales.
So now you are
yes, a sergeant will be taking. Let's see, police recruit 9,000 monthly pay. Police constable 40,000. Constable. Police sergeant 55,000 monthly pay, 671,000 per annum. So 55,000 monthly pay. So that 55,000 now, rent, food, clothing, wife, children, everything. 55,000. How much is that in real money? That is what you used to go and buy beer at the weekend.
If you say that is a salary of somebody for that's 600,000.
Not a constable, a sergeant. 55,000.
A salary of an ordinary worker for just fortnight here. Yeah. So that it is very ridiculous. So when you're talking about 43,000, that is 100 Canadian dollars for a whole month. That somebody will take home to go and live and say they want to live good life. and bag of rice is 27,000-30,000 naira. So if you buy
so you can see that sometimes we say these police are corrupt, but just looking at that salary, how can he not be corrupt? How is it possible for him not to be corrupt?
Let me tell you something, one man. When you talk, even here, people are very happy when it is a very stressful job. When you are a police officer, you are a military officer, even military didn't even get paid as much as police in here. Police gets, even to start with, as a police officer constable, you cannot earn less than $70,000 per annum. When you even correctional officer, you cannot even have less than $70,000 per annum. So you see all these people, immigration, all those people, if it is military, even get paid less here. Because where are they fighting? Who are they fighting? Which war are they going to? But police officers, these are the people that were taking even. It is.
Listen, Baba Akure, this is the annual income of the Inspector General of Police. 8.5 million naira, monthly pay 711,000.
Okay,
you're asking him not to be corrupt. What are you talking about?
If IG is making 8 million, right? Per annum. So how come the constable are getting 40-something thousand per annum per year, and less than 1 million per year? Even the sergeant inspector of police, how come they cannot make up to 1 million if IG is getting 8 million? You see the disparity in payment? Because to me, I'm expecting at least low cadet police to be having at least 1 million. If Inspector General can be having 8.8 million in a year, there's a lot of disparity in their payment. If you look at that too. So
the first person to hit 1 million from the lower grades is an inspector, grade level 7. So he's 1,045,000. So he's the first one to break the 1 million threshold, and that's per annum, by the way, not monthly.
Not per month. So that's just $2,000.
Yes.
Is that money?
That's somebody's yearly pay. What you earn in 2 minutes, Baba Akure?
For where?
We know they're just throwing money at you people in Canada. So it's just, but really, I don't blame the pal of this guy who just rescue because they know that the system has. So the army are telling you that the system has failed. Is what
exactly.
The pals of a senior police army officer, they are raising money secretly to rescue him. Then they are telling you that the system has failed. They just want to rescue their own and just.
That's why I say to you that some of them they are doing it because they don't have anything to do. If they have any alternative, most of them would have gone long time. I just told you about the police officer that I met few weeks back that was telling me that it's because they don't have any job. That is why they are doing it. It's not a good job. So you can imagine that.
Okay. Let me finally take you to the east, Baba Akure. IPOBs sit at home or obey IPOBs sit at home and face government's wrath. Anambra State Governor warning residents and banks, and he has gone round all the stakeholders to then land at this point. This is what he's saying. He's spoken to transporters and market women, etc., and he's saying that, look, knock this thing on the head. So what are you making of it?
Well, thank you very much, one man, because that one is, I'm going to nail it very hard. You hear me? Governor has no rights whatsoever to decide how I want to run my business for me. I'm not working for government. It can be threatening those who are working for government. If you have your own business, you can decide when to open and when not to open. Nobody can challenge you about that. It is just nonsense that he's talking about. Absolutely nonsense. He can talk to his staff, government staff. He is in charge of them. But he cannot be telling me when to open and when to close my shop because he is the governor of the state. He cannot tell me that. I decide when to open. If I like, I just...
But what about the banks? Can you not tell the banks? Because the banks are different...
He cannot tell the bank, because a bank is also a private institution. It's not public institution. He can tell primary school teacher, secondary school teacher, university teacher, and those who working for him in his department. He cannot tell private business owner when to open and how to open and when. He cannot. He has no right to tell them that. If they feel they can close down. They can say, "Oh, well, we are not doing our business here. We are moving to another state." He can't do anything about it. They decide what they want in their own business. So what he's talking about is just rubbish.
Do you think maybe is opening the window for people who may want to go about their business, but they are feeling compelled by the pressure of that seat at home? Because he even goes on to say,
one man, before you go further, here nobody is prioritizing anybody. It is what East want to do. You got what I'm saying? Okay, why did they come out when Buhari visited Enugu? Imo State. We all saw the picture. Those people that came out, they just give them money and they bought them. How many people did you see on the tent? Under the tent that Buhari wore was on that very day.
Did you see the ridiculous trouser that would have been?
I didn't want to look at it. I just because I'm not really interested. I just look at it. I just trash it in the one garbage. So it is not. Though some people, minute people, may be feeling the pressure, but it is what majority of Igbo people want to do. Nobody is forcing anybody to stay home. It is what they decide that this is what they want to do, and they go about it. And you won't be surprised. I'm saying it. You won't be surprised when the 2023 comes. Nobody come out to vote. Nobody is prioritizing anybody. They want the government is just talking nonsense. That he want to.
When he says they will face the wrath, you know what he means. What will he do exactly? Will he go and force them to open their shops? Or
okay, now so he want to say that when I open my shop on Tuesday, now he want to send police to there to go and close it down. He can't do that. He has no right to do that. I can decide when.
You know what he could do. You know what he could do. The major markets, if they don't open on Monday, then he can shut it down for the rest of the week and punish them.
Well, if it is public market, but you cannot tell me in my own shop where I pay my own rent. You didn't pay rent for me. You didn't give me money to go and establish my business. So I decide. I'm the chairman and chief executive officer of my own business. I can decide when to open and why not to open. He can't tell me that. He has no base. He's just talking nonsense. He just threatening them. Nobody anywhere in the world can tell you when to open and how to open and when you should shut down. You can decide. Nowhere in the world that somebody can control you that when you're supposed to open your shop. The only thing that government can handle that can hold you for is that if there's any disparity in payment, if you're supposed to pay somebody $10 and you are paying them $9. And if that person files a claim against you, that is when you can face government. No government anywhere in the world, I repeat, that will tell you when to open and when you should shut down. What are
you keep judging Nigeria by civilized rules. You are talking from civilized rules.
Because people don't know. People don't know. They just take the advantage of them. No government. I repeat, not even Trudeau can tell me when to open my business. It is my business. I can decide, okay, I'm going on holiday for the next 6 months and come back and open it. You can't tell me when to open and when to close my shop. You can talk to your okay, now we are talking about vaccine now. Government department say, okay, everybody that's working with government, they have to get vaccine. They didn't say that anybody is working in private have to get vaccine. Because they know that they're passing their boundary. How can you tell me that, okay, because I didn't open my shop, you are going to shut my shop down? How is that your business? Did you give me money to open my business?
Oh, okay. Monday will come quickly enough. I'm sure they will test him, so we'll see what he will do.
He is gonna go to do anything, and the same thing will repeat itself. It is what these people want to do.
It is my anticipation that he will do exactly what I just said, that he will shut those markets down for the rest of the week to punish them.
Well and good. They will stay in their home because they even enjoying it. You see, it is we in the West. It is we in the West that cannot get our house together. If we get our house together like the way these people are doing, don't forget about it, one man.
All right. Thank you, Baba Akure. Good to hear from you. People have been asking me where you are. I told them that that you are adjusting to new positions. So that's Baba Akure, those of you that have been asking. So good to see you. Now, let's go quickly to Ajan Lekoko and sample his opinion. Ajan Lekoko, are you with us? Oh, we don't appear to have Ajan Lekoko at the moment. Let's. Oh, are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Good to have you. So now forensic reports now indicating that there were shots fired at Lekki Tollgate and the bullets matched to the letter those that are used by the Nigerian army. So it is categorical now. There's no ambiguity in it. Scientific proof that Lekki Tollgate massacre did indeed take place and a massacre took place. Ajan Lekoko, your thoughts?
Well, that shouldn't be a news to everybody. That should not be a news. I mean, we have watched the video how the military attacked those people, and I mean, evidences at the panel of inquiry has already showed that military were involved, and they are the one responsible for killing of many people there. So this forensic result is just confirming the video that we have watched and the testimony that we watched at the panel of inquiry. And the only thing that is important here is that yes, we have a scientific confirmation to that effect that they are the one that killed them, because they never accepted, they lied, they denied it, but scientifically it's been proved that they are the one that did it. So what next? What is the next step?
No matter the level of proof, justice will never be gotten within the Nigerian space. This is just another bunch of unfortunates that they've moved down. Justice never to be gotten in Nigeria.
Have they responded?
No, they've not responded. In fact, they've been categorical in their silence. Correspondents have been reaching to them to say, look, the evidence has now come in, but they are not responding. They just the response is silence.
I want to tell you something. They're still going to deny it.
They
will deny it.
They will deny forensic evidence.
Oh yes, I'm telling you, Nigeria is a place that what they do there is only there. They do it in the world. It's never done in any other place of the world. They will still. You will see what they're gonna do. They will never accept the fact that yes, they are the one responsible, and they will never accept, because all they know, particularly the military, all they know is is just to kill and maim, and that is what they do every time. They have done it at Biafra land. They are there several times. They've been there several times, kill people, peaceful demonstrator, people agitating. They went to Igbo's house. They killed people there, took some to DSS detention. They went to Kanu's house. They almost killed him. He escaped. They killed a lot of people. They killed his mother and father. So they went to the lawyer's house.
If we are taking stock of the people that have been killed by this, we're easily approaching 250,000 just since 2015 till date.
Yes.
Just directly killing or attributable to incompetence or facilitating for killing through bandits, etc. A genocide is taking place in Nigeria, quietly.
It's a big genocide. It's a big genocide going on there. And that is why people like us, I and some other that have decided to go to 1 million man march, we have to go there and let leaders of the world, countries, leaders of countries coming to United Nations General Session. We have to demonstrate and we have to hold a rally in front of that headquarters and let them know that genocide is going on in Nigeria. It is not safe for us as indigenous people there. And it's not safe for the whole world as well. Because we are part of the people of this world. We need the protection of United Nations. We need them to come to our rescue so that this kind of genocide will not continue. Unstoppable. It has to be stopped. They have to stop it. So, but like I was saying, they will deny it. I'm telling you, they will never accept it. They will never
or they could just ignore it. This is another technique that they use, this administration. They'll just ignore something and they won't say anything or do anything and they just move on. What can you do? Come and arrest them. They just move. Remember when that panel tried to access the morgue of the army and they told them, if you don't leave here, we will disgrace you.
Oh, yes. I wish the press in Nigeria can go and put this question to Lai Mohammed and let us hear from him what the administration are ready to do. Are they ready to accept this scientific proof that the military, Nigerian military, went to kill our young people that were holding Nigerian flag high, that were just demonstrating, calling for better nation, calling for government to come to stop the SARS, to stop SARS. I think it's SARS. Yes, to stop SARS from killing the people. What they were asking for was not too much. It's just for, people in uniform that are criminals killing the citizen. That is what they are asking for, that this must stop. But instead of, doing something about it, they turn around them against the demonstrator and kill them. That is genocide. That is genocide. So let's wait for their response, but I know they will deny it. I promise you that.
Adanle Koko, you say let's wait for their response, but we have already seen their response. We have let me show you this. This is their response. This is when the inquiry went to their thing.
Let's go outside. When you go outside, then let's go outside.
This is the panel of inquiry trying to access the army mortuary just after the incident. So this is their response.
Don't let us disgrace ourselves now. Guys, don't let us disgrace ourselves. Don't let us disgrace ourselves. We will dirty everybody here.
Huh? You see?
So that what you are seeing was the panel of inquiry set up by the Lagos State just after Lekki TOLLGATE happened. That's the panel of inquiry set up to ascertain exactly what happened. And as part of that process, with the trail still warm, they then go to the army mortuary to try and see if there are dead bodies there to account for what they are hearing. And that was the army's response. Don't let us dirty you here. Those were senior justices, retired justices, set up by Lagos State to determine exactly what happened. Don't let us dirty you here. So that's the response.
They don't respect. They don't respect the law. The only person they respect is the the criminal president that we have there, who himself does not respect the rule of law. You know, that is the only person they respect. They don't respect the law. They only respect the president, and whatever the president asks them to go and do, that is what they will do. Even if that action is in violation of the law, they will go ahead and do it. So it's unfortunate that this is happening in that country.
Have you ever seen such a thing, Ajanle Koko? That's a panel of inquiry set up by Lagos State to investigate NSAS as part of their remit. They go to the Victoria Island space of the army to say, we want to see your mortuary. We have authority from the state. The government itself said they will facilitate for an open inquiry. The response from the army, don't let us dirty you here.
Look, during the fellas...
it's unbelievable.
That is their style. During the fellas unknown soldier, when they burned down fella house, they threw 87 years old fella mom out from the window. They killed some people in that place. At the end of the day, what did they say? They say unknown soldier that came to fella's house to destroy, to savage fella and kill people there. They cannot identify those soldiers. That is Nigeria for you. You know, but the way the world was, the way the world was run then by United Nations is different from the way it is run now. That is the mistake they are making now. They thought they can still get away with this kind of genocidal act, but we are living in a different world now, and particularly we are living in a constitutional country, a country that is run by democracy. Why should a country under democratic rule be run like a jungle? Why must it be run like a jungle? So, one man, this is what Nigeria represents. Everything about that country, it is all, you know, it's not when you are talking about fairness, justice, equality for all, it's not there in that country. And a society where those three elements are missing, you are not going to see anything good coming out of that country. It's going to be disaster, because justice cannot be achieved, fairness cannot be achieved, and the law is not equal before everybody in that country. The law can, you know, catch up on some people, while some people are above the law. That is the country, Nigeria.
Koko, take those three things that you've just listed, take them, hold them, and apply them to this space. Court fixes date for trial of Bureau de Change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. So these people, they told us that they caught them in March. This is September now. We're virtually mid-September now. So they caught them in March, and they did not really catch them. The people that were financing Boko Haram, some of using its money laundering, etc., they were caught and convicted in Dubai. So the Nigerian authorities then, and part of that Dubai conviction, identified that there were bureau de changes in Nigeria that were being used to facilitate financing for Boko Haram. So the Nigerian authority had to come out and say that they are doing something, and then they are telling us that they've caught all these bureau de change operators. But that was in March. Femi Falana has been pushing that space. They ask them to present them in court. They don't present them in court. So those three miscarriages or just those ambiguities that you have in the Nigerian system, they apply in this instance as well. court fixes date for trial of Bureau de Change operators arrested for financing Boko Haram terrorism. They've told the court severally that they cannot present them in court. But what are you just making of that? This never-ending saga.
Justice delay is justice denied. I don't understand the way they run the justice system in Nigeria. A nation that does not have a good justice system is a nation where justice can never be attained. And that is what we have in Nigeria. It's a country where justice cannot be attained. Look, what is the point of arresting people, keeping them in detention for over 6 months, since April, May, June, July, August, September, for 5 months to 6 months, and you didn't take them to court? Why arrested them in the first place? Why were they arrested in the first place? The Constitution says that once a criminal or anybody is arrested that contravene the law, it must be taken to court within 24 hours, or at most 48 hours. Haven't they done their investigation first and get those people that are involved in the financing of terrorism in Nigeria before they were arrested? What is the problem? That is what we want to know. You don't arrest people, people you call criminal before you start investigation on them. You have to get your investigation, get your facts right before you go and get them, and immediately take them to court and present your case against them at the law court. But Nigerian state is a state where illegality is the order of the day. They have legalized illegality.
Do you think these people are still in their custody since March?
How do we know? That is a technical question. How do we know that they are bringing out the real people they arrested? How do we know?
Yes,
you arrested people
because Baba Akure was suggesting that because the court has told them to present them about twice, they've not been able to, so they are going to force them now to present them. And Baba Akure was suggesting that they'll just go on the streets and just round up some rascally
people, and tell them, hey, this is the only thing that can save you. Just accept at the law court here that you did it, and that's the only word. If you don't do it, we're gonna kill you. It's a jungle. It's a jungle. It's a jungle country. The justice system is a failure. Everything has failed completely in that country. Nothing is done right by the government. That's nothing that the government, run or are doing in that country that is done right. Everything is not done right. The justice system is a failure. Why should people be kept for 6 months? That is even again, you have violated their fundamental human right in the first place, and their constitutional right. You have violated their constitutional right because the Constitution said once a criminal or anybody is arrested for a criminal act, present them at the court within 24 hours or 48 hours. Maybe because our brother Femi Falana was making noise about this thing recently. That is why they
have we lost you, Ajale Koko?
See, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
Okay, but You're saying a failed state. If it's not failed, of course, then everything has to start from a security base. You have good security, and then everything built on that. But how can you have good security when the security personnel do not even have faith in the system themselves? Military colleagues raise ransom secretly for Nigerian army major abducted by bandits for 17 days. So the infamous NDA incident, of course, Major Christopher Datong, we're talking about. So he's alive, which is good news, but that is the only good news that you hear from that space. 200 million being demanded by the bandits. The government talking tough that they are doing some search and rescue. If you are doing search and rescue, the guy has been there for going on 3 weeks. Then there's no searching or rescuing that is going to take place. But they are talking tough. They say they are setting up panel and boards for somebody that's been kidnapped. Panel to go and write report for somebody that's been kidnapped. But so it's palace, of course, knowing that the system has already failed. They are secretly now trying to raise money. Secretly, by the way, because if they find out that they are raising that money, they would deal with them heavily. But then they, of course, know that the system has failed and they don't want the bandits to slaughter their colleagues. So this is the situation in Nigeria, Janle Koko. Military officers raising money to pay ransom to bandits to rescue a military officer abducted from the foremost fortress in Nigeria.
One man, I have said it several times on this platform that Nigerian military is not a fighting military. It's been bastardized. It's not a military that is capable of defending the territorial integrity of the country. They don't have the capability. They are just struggling. What they are meant for, what they are there for now, is just to protect the president and some other politicians in powers, but not to defend the territorial integrity of that country. They are weakened. They are, they cannot win the war against the insurgency for how many years now? I think since 2010 or 2011, for about 12 years, they've been engaging Boko Haram. Now we have banditry all over the place, and we have kidnappers, herdsmen everywhere across the country. So, and they don't have enough personnel in the military to do the job. How can you win a war when you don't, a war that requires maybe like 1 million personnel to fight, but you having like maybe 250 personnel, and you have the enemy who outnumbered you, who have sophisticated weapons, who does their recruitment every day. They recruit every day. They take in more land every day. So these guys that are doing this thing to save their colleagues knows well that they don't have the strength. They don't have that strength in terms of military power to outrun this criminal. They don't have it. And it's very unfortunate.
Ajale Koko, it is my feeling that they have abandoned this guy to his fate, this Major Datong. And this is why, this is what the army is responding. It says, let me use this opportunity to reiterate that the Nigerian Defense Authority, acting on the directive of the Chief of Defense Staff, has constituted a board of inquiry to ascertain the remote and immediate causes of the breach of security with a view to sanctioning any personnel found culpable and prevent future occurrences. Let me also assure you that we shall continue to update the general public as events unfold. As we are all aware, the search and rescue of the abducted officer is still on. Troops of the armed forces of Nigeria will continue with its operations to ensure all those involved in this dastardly act are brought to justice, he said. So the correspondents then go on to press him. They says, when asked on the whereabouts of the kidnapped major at a press briefing at the defense headquarters in Abuja on Thursday, Brigadier General Bernard Onyeko, acting director of Defense Media Operations, said the military will keep Nigeria posted. Sorry, who's that? Who am I hearing back from? Said the military will keep Nigeria posted. That has become, this is, you see, they are getting irritated by it now. So listen to what he's saying now. He says that has been overflogged. We all know the actions taken so far. We will wait for the outcome of the panel set up and the board of inquiry, and we will keep you posted. This is the thing, that is search and rescue, Nigerian style. Board of inquiry and panel.
I mean, it's just shameful. One man, board of inquiry to rescue.
So the bandits are waiting for. I mean, what is even the meaning of that language? Board of inquiry and panel.
I don't know.
For a kidnapped person.
I mean, it just tells you that they are lazy officers. They cannot go out there, and they cannot go out there into the bush to engage these guys. That is what I mean. Their action is telling me that they don't want to go in there because they know the capability of those guys, and they know that those guys could outrun them if they run after them. So it's just shameful. Panel of inquiry to rescue somebody. Is that how to rescue a person? So that just tells you that those that are still in the military, they are just there, hanging in there because they don't have nothing else to do, or due to the contract they have signed, that is why they are still hanging in there. But to say that you are serving your nation wholeheartedly with that determination that if anything happened to you while serving your nation, your family will not regret it. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore in the military. Those guys are just there. They are just there at the mercy of God. Their country cannot protect them. Their country have let them down, and they are just there with their low morale officers. Officers that are low morale, do you think they can engage, they can fight? Obviously, no. They won't have that strength, they won't have that spirit to go out there to fight. Because even in their midst, they've been infiltrated. They are terrorists in Nigerian army, in their midst. And that is why they cannot win the war, because when they are planning strategy, terrorists in the bush already heard of it and already waiting for them to execute their strategy and counter it within a twinkle of an eye. So that nation is in a big mess, and this man had the head of affair who called himself a former general. I mean, it's just shameful, and it's just shameful that while he is the president, the nation is falling apart on him. Everything is falling apart. The economy is falling apart. The nation border cannot be defended. Criminals are coming into Nigeria every day. He is pursuing Fulani agenda to enslave other tribes in Nigeria. So his agenda that is pursuing has blindfolded him, and it doesn't care about other things that is going on. And they have, the economy of the country is almost bankrupt. So that nation is in a big mess. One man is in a big mess. I don't know if an officer, a major,
you know what I think.
An officer can be treated like this. If an officer can be treated like this by Nigeria, look at how many weeks since that incident happened. I think it's going to about 3-4 weeks now.
Well, it's 17 days now.
17 days, and they are not taking action, and they just keep lying every day.
They're taking action. They set up a panel of inquiry to go and write a report.
Oh my God!
Write a report.
You see, my stomach is turning. It's turning. This is very shameful. I don't want to be part of that useless country. Every day there's no good news coming out from that country. No good news. Every news that is coming out is just disappointing.
It's alarming how quickly that country has regressed in just 5-6 years. We've gone so very, 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 very quickly backwards, so far backwards, to spaces that we never imagined that we would ever get to, just in 5 years. All the things that we were complaining about under Goodluck Jonathan, they're just cosmetics to propel us to the next level. We never imagined that we will get to. We never imagined anything like this ever in the history of that.
Nobody ever imagined it. Nobody, even a unborn baby, a little baby, nobody can ever imagine that this country can just be. This man can just turn everything upside. Everything been turned upside down. And when something is turned upside down, it cannot function well. That is what we have.
Just look at how the currency, I was just discussing with Baba Akure, how the currency is in total free fall. Total free fall. A lack of confidence in the economy. That's the signal from the international markets. Who is coming to do business in Nigeria with all of these things that you hear all the time? Students being shot at Lekki TOLLGATE, banditry, savagery everywhere. Who is coming to do business? They're not coming now.
Who want to come? Who want to come and invest in an unstable economy? The economy is unstable. Security is not. It's an unsafe environment. There's a high level of insecurity. Infrastructure is not there. Who's coming there? The currency is falling. Who want to invest in an economy that you cannot determine what is going to happen tomorrow? Look, the stock exchange, international investors, they have all taken their money out from Nigerian stock exchange. Did you buy? All the investments have been taken out.
Ajale Koko, there was a time that everybody was rushing to buy shares in Nigeria. That was about 5-6 years ago. Did you buy?
Oh, I have.
Yes,
I have. I've been having even before I left.
I bought a whole bunch of all these banking stocks. I've even forgotten. I just emailed it to myself some time ago when I remember, just to keep, When
it was that 5 years or 7-8 years ago, like you are saying.
It's falling so much that for it to even get to, I'm not sure that it will ever get to the level that you bought it at.
No. It's gone. It's gone. It can't get. It cannot.
Yeah.
It's gone. Look,
maybe if there's Nigeria in 3 generations time, maybe if your children's children can dig up records and come across it, maybe they'll get something, but not you.
Look, it's the dollar naira value. The dollar now, I think it's 544. Is it not 544? At stock. At black market. It's 544. And officially is maybe 414 or 424. Officially.
Was it not 130 thereabout when they handed the keys to this guy?
It was like 190 or so, or 200 when Jonathan left. You know, it was around 190. It was fluctuating between 190, 200. So, but look at it. Over 500. I mean, that was black market rate. Oh, when Jonathan was there, that 200, that was the official rate was I think was I mean, during the Jonathan, we cannot even exchange this thing. When you send money home, you can the bank will exchange it. They will exchange it in naira for you. You can't get it in dollar during the time of Jonathan. I hope you remember that. So yes, you can at the beginning of his administration, yes, you can get your dollar and then exchange it to naira in the black market. But later, when you send money home, it will be converted. It will automatically converted to the exchange rate, you know, and then they will give you your naira value. So, which was around 200 when Jonathan was leaving. So, but now 500 plus. Prices of commodity has gone up to the roof in Nigeria. So,
if you want to really know the level of suffering in Nigeria, Janle Koko, what you just said then, and bear in mind that Nigeria is a largely import-dependent country. So bear in mind what you just said then, and then the wages of Nigerians have not really increased since 2015. So the value of the currency has fallen, their wages remain the same, so their buying power has been reduced by whatever fall there has been in that currency.
It has been crushed.
You know, so that just tells you the level of the suffering.
Poverty.
Yes, the
people
suffering.
that have gone under poverty. Yeah, the level of poverty in that country is it might be very soon. It's gonna hit the highest. I mean, it's poverty capital of the world already. So what are we talking about?
Do you remember? Do you remember in the 80s, Umaru Diko, Adanle Koko, when they were saying Nigerians, there was poverty in Nigeria? I said, "What poverty? It's not saying Nigerian picking food from dustbin."
Picking food, yeah.
Do you remember that phrase?
Yes. Well,
it's even the dustbin now that they are eating, not just the food inside it.
And we are all crying and shouting that this is a heartless man. Must we have to get to that point? Must we have to get to the point of picking food at the dustbin and all the rest? Say this is a criminal. We were all abusing him then. But what are we seeing here? What are we seeing now? What are we seeing now? Look, some people somebody told me an incident of a teacher that haven't been paid his salary for maybe 2-3 months. And what that guy does is to eat only in the night. Because he have children, he will starve himself that his children should eat to go to school, come back home to get something to eat. But himself will not eat while going to school in the morning. And he won't enter a public bus to go to school. He have to trek to go to school and trek back home. He won't eat breakfast. He won't eat lunch. Just
so no chance of obesity then for him. He's not going to be a fat boy like me then.
So that he can continue to have something for his children to eat. Do you know that one day, on his way to school in the morning, this guy fell and dropped dead? And after taking the post-humo they said there's nothing in his stomach. That, they said you know, he has lost so much. I cannot remember what he
His
said.
intestines were starting to cannibalize.
As man.
It's a travesty. You know, when I was going through the things to present today, I came across this story of a medical doctor that augments his finances by driving Uber. So he drives more the Uber now than, you know, but that's still fair enough. But it's just really not, you know,
My brother is not
you
here.
finish at the hospital and then you go and drive Uber and you come back and treat people,
Why
you
do you
know.
think? Why do you think he's driving Uber? It's
Yeah,
because
well,
it's not paid. It's not
mm,
paid. Like Yaya Bello that wouldn't pay the workers, but we have so much money to go and contest for position of president,
mm.
and he's saying that people that are trying to take their sovereignty, control the VAT, state that are trying to control the VAT in their state and not remitting to federal government, using the instrumentation of using the court to achieve it. This idiot is saying that they are not their brother keepers, that they don't believe in corporate entity of Nigeria. I'm talking about Yaya Bello. It's telling Wike and Lagos State that those states that are trying to deny federal government that VAT are enemy of Nigeria. They don't believe in the corporate system, and it was passing all sorts of insults against them. Whereas in his state, he didn't pay workers. He did not pay workers. So workers in that state, those that are working in the health sector, the medical doctors that are working in the general hospital, in those are the ones that we use their what do you call it? Their personal car to do kabu kabu to make ends meet. It happened in Osun State too. It happened in Osun State when they were not able to pay for, for many months. So it's just tragedy everywhere in that country. It's just tragedy.
You know, sometimes I just don't bother checking my inbox, and I just make sure that some people in my emails and my Facebook is what I'm talking about, and I make sure that I just restrict the people that have my numbers, you know, because you know sometimes you just maybe just don't want to hear it, you know, because they're not lying to you in most instances, but then you know how many. So you just pick the ones that you feel that you can really impact, and then you just say, okay, I pray for you, but you know.
Every news that come out from there is always sad. It's just sad. You just look at, are we really human being? And you see Ngige is threatening the workers, it's sign agreement, they don't pay, and they're threatening them, and he's saying all sorts of rubbish. Oh man, I don't know this. You see, one man, that is why I always say on this program, on this platform, that I don't see why we still want to manage any one of these politicians. I haven't seen what they have done to that country.
But
None of them
it's
can
not really
rescue.
the politician, it's the space. It's the space.
Oh, it's
Because
the politician. Let me tell you, it is politician. I am telling you, my brother, since 1999 that these people assume power, they have destroyed that country. That country have not seen progress since 1990. We witnessed some progress for some time, but they have done more damages than the little that they give to that country, the little achievement that they make. But they have done more damages to that country. That country is supposed to have gone far, supposed to have progressed more than where it is now. I mean, it is. Look, Wike, I was listening to Wike talking about this injustice that is going on in that country. He said that if they award contract to contractor to fix road, to build road, and to build bridges, and to for any infrastructure, federal government will take 7%, 7.5% tax. Have you heard that before?
No, it's stupid, isn't it, really?
They will take 7.9% tax on a contract that is awarded to. I mean, when you see you award billions worth of contract and federal government is taking millions out of it for tax, millions for what? Where is it taking that money to? Taking it to people that doesn't award contract to give to them. So how would they be encouraged to award contract? And it's not federal road, though. It is state road, state control road.
Is that part of that VAT scam?
It's similar thing. And he's saying that, okay, he make example of that VAT for the month of July. He said on VAT, they realize maybe 14 point something billion for that month. He said when federal government is giving them their own share, it gave them 4 point something billion. They gave federal government 14 point something billion. Federal government is giving back 4 point something. See the loss. And he mentioned about Kano, that Kano raised 2.8 billion on VAT that same month. How much did Kano got? They got 2.8 million back. You see that kind of unfairness and injustice that is going on in Nigeria. So, you see, but what most of our people doesn't know is that under democracy, rule of law should be guaranteed. And the right that is guaranteed you by the Constitution, the right that the Constitution gives to you, you have to fight for it. You don't have to be scared of anything. You have to fight for it. You have to go to law court, go and test the power of the justice power, and let us have it on record.
All right. Thank you, Ajande Koko. Let me go on to Charles, who joined us early but has still not spoken yet. Charles, have we got you still, Charles? Oh, okay. I think Charles may have well gone for his prayers. So, thank you, Ajande Koko. So, I will seek to start rounding it off here. So, we hear from Ajande Koko again, just like a quick remarks, just to round off his thoughts. And then, because we've not heard from Baba Kure for such a while, we'll let him have the final word to just start today. So, Ajande Koko, just to round off thoughts, and then we'll round things off.
I want to thank everybody watching the platform from any part of the world where you are. I will urge you, if you have not subscribed, please press or click the subscribe button so that you can get notified anytime One Man Went to Mo is going on live. I will want to call on all Yorubas, all Biafrans, all Ijos, all Calabas, all Edos, all thieves that live in America to please make it a date to go to New York on the 14th of this year, of this month, to participate in the the 1 million man march being organized by NINAS. Let us make effort to be there so that we can demonstrate before the whole world, before the leadership of the world. President Biden is going to be there, and other leaders of the world are going to be there. Leaders of the world are reasonable leaders. They are not criminal like the one we have in Nigeria. We have to go and present our case. We have to let them know. We have to make a loud noise before them and let them know that we are in full support of what NINAS is doing by fighting for us to achieve our homeland. We want to get out of that contraction called Nigeria. We want to have our own nation, Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, and other nations, so that we can be part of the progressive world. We don't want to live in an environment where terrorists are being supported by the headship of the country. We don't want to be part of that. We want to have a nation, a terrorist-free nation, a nation that is governed by democratic principle, a nation where there is security for life and property, a nation that the borders are secured, a nation we can be proud of. That is what we want. And that is why we have to be there at the rally in New York. Rally is very important in pushing up an agitation. Martin Luther King Jr. held such rally during his time when he was pushing for civil rights for Black people and minority in America. He held a rally in Washington, D.C., 1 million man march rally. A lot of Black Americans came there. The supremacists, the white supremacy administration then saw it that, yes, these people, we need to start negotiating, we need to open dialogue with them. They did it, and we are able to accomplish that civil right that we are enjoying in America today. What we cannot enjoy in our country, the peace of mind that we cannot enjoy in our country, we're enjoying it in America today because some people fought for it. What we are enjoying today in America as Black men, as minority, people fought for it. People died for it. And that is why we have to turn up at that 1 million man march by NINAS. Let's be part of the history. Let's show up and let's do our own part so that in the future our name can be written in gold, in history of the struggle. Please, I urge you all, God will bless you. God will bless everybody. Take your time. Take permission or 1 day leave from your job and just make it. It's just for the sake of ourselves, sake of the future of our children, and the sake of our nation. Thank you, one man. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. So impassioned speech by Ajanle Koko, just calling you out to come and so it's all very well coming here to talk and talk and talk. So the opportunity to act and act and act presents itself in America as Ajanle Koko is saying, and he urges you every day, he will be there, and so should you be. The final word goes to Baba Akure, who has been away from the platform for a while. So, Baba Akure, just very briefly sum things up for us. Baba Akure. And there we are. We don't seem to have Baba Akure. So aptly, Ajale Koko still gets to sum things up for us as now is his position within the platform. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here, I say, peace.